Hey, Joe.
Hey there, how's it going?
Good. Doesn't look like we got too
Hello.
much.
Hello, everyone. Sorry.
Hey there. That off. Okay, what were you saying, Debbie? I apologize.
I said it doesn't look like we've got too much interest.
I have to see. I think town hall last night was a little quiet too, so maybe we'll have a couple stragglers.
Yeah, that was a little small group. You're right.
Let's check in and see if anybody else is gonna pop in.
Let me get to the WhatsApp chat and see if anybody plans to join.
Okay.
See if we get any takers. If not, this could be a real short meeting. Hey, Sandra.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm tired. I was actually a little concerned a few hours ago if I was even going to be here right now.
Were you at work?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do we know if Sam or whoever else is attending tonight?
I'm trying to text around to see who might be in attendance just to see.
I have no firsthand information one way or the other.
Okay.
I did just go to the WhatsApp chat and remind people that it was starting if anyone would like to join.
Okay. I'm wondering if there is need to continue this. I don't know.
I think that the attendance speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we consider that this was put together to kind of see the licensing process through, and that has been accomplished.
Right.
Well, hey Cheryl, thanks for tuning in and joining us.
Well, you're welcome.
Sorry, I'm a little choked up here.
No, you're good. Get it out.
Drink a little water, see if I can wash it away.
All right, let's see. Well, I think so. I've texted everybody I can think to.
Sarah's on the flight, so she won't make it.
Okay.
That's the only feedback I've received.
Okay. Well, I know everybody's busy, so we don't want to take up too much of everybody's time. Cheryl, did you have any specific questions so we can speak to anything?
No, just here to listen, to hear about any updates.
Okay. So how it works is the CDD meeting is when is it? The March the 6th. And for that meeting, we will have already presented to the CDD board the numbers for January. And Greg, remind me what day we started in January. It was like the 16th.
We opened on the 18th.
The 18th. Okay. So then the sales numbers and expenses will be from the 18th to the 31st. So it's not a, full month. The first month will show, quite a bit more expenses than usual, just for setting up and the startup expenses. We've done a great job in sales for the month of February already. Greg already has a couple of events planned for March, possibly something for St. Patty's Day, I believe is the 17th. And then International Women's Day is the 8th. So he and I were looking at draft flyers today to send out to the residents. You have anything, Greg, as far as
I could say
payments?
as of right now, we total revenue is $84,000 that we've done since we've opened
Mhm.
up.
Okay.
The main things we've been doing very well, especially on the liquor side and things of that nature. We did $18,000 in just liquor alone, about $5,000 in beer. We've done 29,000 in just food.
Okay.
We started souvenir cups today. We already
Okay.
sold 20 of those already.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
so those are going really good as well. We are on launching our drink menu starting tomorrow, which will be pushing more of the souvenir cups and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of employee turnout getting food and things of that nature. So we've had 150 employee meals discounted for since we've been open.
Okay.
We have a lot of people joining the loyalty rewards program and using those rewards dollars to purchase food and things of that nature. Homeowners been using their discounts. We've been doing some promos with like ices and things like that. So the ices and smoothies have been our top sellers, as well as chicken wings, chicken tenders, nachos, and a couple of other things as well.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, the drink specials that we had on Valentine's Day, I think there were 3 different ones. There were 2 that had alcohol and one was a mocktail.
Mocktail.
But they sold out. He sold, what was it? Cupid's, I forget the names, but
It
they're real
was
cute. One was a
Cupid's
strawberry.
Colada. Yeah,
Yeah,
Cupid's
Cupid's
Colada,
Colada.
which was
And
a
then the
strawberry
star
pina colada, and then we had
Colada. Okay.
a berry bash mocktail as well, and then we did a strawberry margarita with champagne floating.
Mm-hmm.
The third
Okay.
one.
Did you
What
did
have
you
been-
say you sorry? Did
No,
you
go
say
ahead.
you were selling souvenirs? And if so, like what kind?
We're doing souvenir cups. So the souvenir cups have Solterra on it, and we have
Okay.
a pink shark, a blue shark for the kids. We also have 4 neon colored tumbler cups, and we also are doing Pilsner cup for draft beers as well.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So the tumbler cups kind of are reminiscent of the Starbucks tumblers. They're that size and shape, and there's some different colors, and they look like they're double wall insulated, which is nice. And yeah, they say Solterra Resort on them.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, hey, Brian, and so for that, Greg, you said we sold 20 of those just since they became available?
Yeah, today. Yeah.
Today.
Okay.
Okay. Great.
All right. And I did get
Wonderful.
with Debbie, so I'll get with you, Greg, and I'll get with Randy from maintenance, so we can kind of look at the request for getting those floating shelves in, so you can start to stage those.
Yes.
Okay. That's perfect. And then, yeah, in terms of, I think you said, what was that you had said on revenue just now that Brian's here, Greg? What was that you're
Yeah.
at
So
currently?
we're at 84,000 right now since we've opened.
So-
Yeah. So,
Which is mid-January. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, so that's from the 18th to the 20th. As of right now, we did today we've already done $5,400 in
Wow.
sales.
I can't wait to see what this weekend does because it's going to be beautiful tomorrow and the pool is going to be hopping and you guys are going to be lighting it on fire.
Mhm. What,
Yeah, and I think,
oh, go ahead, Joe.
no, sorry. And I think for the most part, Greg, we're still kind of in pilot mode a little bit on the deliveries, right? So that's not even fully kicked
Yeah,
out yet.
yeah, so far we've done 14 deliveries. That's including the one Debbie did for me yesterday. Thank you for that. Yeah, so we've done 14, but I mean I feel like that will put more in effect during the summertime. They'll be used more, especially with daylight saving times, getting that extra hour. We'll be
Mhm.
getting more of those as well. But yeah, we've done about 217 just on the kiosks. I've moved the kiosks to the cafe, so people have been using that over there as well. Online ordering, we did like 500 orders online, so that's including curbside and delivery as well.
Okay, all right. Curbside and delivery. Perfect.
Do you have a
Have
question,
you,
Brian? Sorry, you're muted. 1 second.
There, can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was talking. I'll do an interpretive dance. Is there? I know when I was talking with Joe, options for getting more of the deliveries going, like magnets at the houses or a flyer when people come in. Like, could we pick one item like pizzas and be like, hey, at 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. or a later time when it's not as busy, when the crowd starts to die down, that we're like, hey, look, there's a pizza offer or something that we could deliver to your house or something that would just maybe take the delivery thing a little bit more with the foot on the gas to say, is there a point where it'll break us? And then we could pull back and be like, all right, now we know what that is.
Yeah.
And
So what I have in store so far, we do have flyers that we are giving in every bag that has the QR code for promoting delivery. We also have the rewards points, so you get double points when you're using the delivery service and online ordering. So we started to see more people doing that once we were putting it in the bag. So like they'll take it home and they're like, oh, they delivered, and we was getting deliveries that way. Yeah, the magnet could be a very good thing. Getting it to the housing so people know, that's the main thing that we have to work on, because like people just still don't know that we do delivery service, and they're wild about it when once they know that we're doing it. So we just have to like trying to figure out a way that we can get it to the houses.
yeah, and I know the HOA did it, and they got an update with numbers and things like that. A lot of people aren't at the houses, so they didn't like stuff sitting outside. But if
Right.
there's a way that we could start to allow people to pick those up, or your free magnets are in the clubhouse, come get them whenever you want. But I think if there was a way to get one or two or three tent pole items that are, that we could keep at the same price or some sort of discount to be like, hey, that gets them in there. And then they order everything else where they're like, let's throw in some chicken wings and yeah, give us a couple, whatever else that they order. But something, I don't know. I don't know what the they call it in the supermarkets where like milk is a lost leader or something, but it gets them in and then they buy everything else. Like something that would just, it doesn't even have to be a lost leader, but just a popular item that we know everyone's like, I would dial a phone number or scan a QR code and be like, hey, it's at your house in 20 minutes. The fastest pizza delivery for Solterra residents, or something that would give them a value prop around why they should come to us versus go to Domino's or Pizza Hut or Papa John's, which I go running every morning and I see pizza boxes in all the trash can. I'm like, they're ordering pizzas. So I'd rather them be ordering them from us. That's just my 2 cents on that one. Would be, Joe, is there a way that we can work with Debbie or work with funds that are there to be like, can we get a couple more things going out to people coming in, letting them know, you know, we've got pizzas or we've got chicken wings.
Could we get some cafe business cards printed that have Cafe Soul, mobile order delivery, dine in with a QR code, and have them in the clubhouse for when people are checking in?
Yeah, I mean, if we do whatever y'all want to do,
Cards are-
I was talking with Sandra about this today. If you guys want to do like 4x6 is just a general template for anything that we're doing, we can work with our communications and marketing team, draft some stuff, work with Greg, see if it kind of works with what he's putting out, and we can do runs of anything, and whether it needs to go through front gate or however we need to distribute and then put it at front desk, we're more than happy to do any of that.
Or could the amenities cards have the cafe information on the back?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, because right now they're just, I mean, they're basically just basically a sticker that does it, but we can get appliques of like the same size and put that on there as well. Yeah.
I mean, I
Because
know
everybody's got their amenities card and they're looking at it every time.
Yeah.
I know, Joe, with Proptia, we know in that system when someone has checked in and we have their name and their email. To me, I would be like, that would be a beautiful time to get a text message or an email saying, welcome to Solterra Resort. Check out what we've got. You know, here's the hours of the amenity center. Here's how you can order food and have it in your door, on your doorstep within a couple of minutes, or come down to the pool and get it there. You know, delivery, pickup, or while you soak at the pool. It's up to you. But I think being able to send them, here's what we've got, and here's our best sellers, or here's a deal for you as you get there, something that gets them in there. I mean, the numbers that Greg is posting are fantastic. And I think they're only going to go up a lot as we get more of this in place. So I would just, he's doing that with just people going to the pool on their own. And I was like, man, if we could get more people, like Debbie sent me the QR code, and there's been 2 to 3 times I was like, oh, I got to go order the food, and I can't find it, or I'm running around, or I'm with my phone and I'm not next to where I had it on my computer. And I was like, I still haven't put an order in, and I wanted to, I just needed to find it. And so I was like, I need that QR code in a place that is easier to scan, or something that I'm like, I can clip it on the fridge and I've got it there. But those are just my 2 cents. I think we have a couple of options on letting people know food at your doorstep in 20 minutes. If you're hungry, we've got food for you, and here's how it works.
I think the magnets for all the units are a fantastic idea because it stays there. Is there also signage and pamphlets with the QR code at the pool? Like when people are using the cafe, is there anything there that they can take with them back to their room? Like any signage saying that there's takeout?
Yeah.
That
Sorry,
QR code is on the cards, right, Greg, that you put in the bags?
Yeah, on my flyers, yeah, the QR code is on there, and it's promoting the delivery service. But you could easily do a delivery and takeout on there as well. So you can pick it up, or you could have it delivered, and it will tell you that time. So if it says it'll take 15 to 20 minutes takeout, you can have that option, or it could take 30 to 40 minutes delivery. It has the option as well. So it does inform you of the wait time, either or service that you want to do.
Is the
Yeah,
front gate with the Solterra trifolds, are they still distributing cafe information?
They are. Now we did update the original trifold to have the new information. I had actually worked a bit with Brian, and also with our marketing team to create a new trifold. We had put it briefly on hold while we were getting all the cafe stuff sort of figured out, but it is 95% of the way there. So in working with Eric, we'll get it. I'll shoot it by you, Debbie, Brian, and you as well, because obviously, we worked on it early on. And if we feel like everything's copacetic, I'm going to swap out some of the photos with actual, because at the time they were placeholders. We'll swap out the photos with some of the actual food, the permanent logo, and then that new trifold to be ready to go, where all of it is new, kind of updated for everything now. But yeah, in the meantime, we just had previously updated the old one with the new QR and everything else so that it does function and that it is going out.
Could
Okay,
we
great.
run a campaign with, I could like run a campaign with the property management companies, the people who rent the properties out for owners, and see if they could include things in their packages. And then they could have information for future renters.
That's an idea.
Okay.
And I don't know if we can get a custom code that might go to property managers that would just allow us to know, and not property 10, but, mention P10 and, you get 10% off your orders for the entire time. Because
Exactly.
you work with, and you could create a code for each vendor if you wanted to, and then see who's actually sending the most. And maybe we do something for them
Exactly.
to say thank you.
Mhm.
Or, I don't know, but I think that's a great kind of a collaboration there that could be very well. That they get something out of it because you rented with us. We're going to give you an exclusive code that helps you save money while you're there.
I like that
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
I
No, I
definitely,
agree.
I definitely like that.
So Greg, have you ran into any challenges that either you need assistance with or that you overcame that you could share with us, or anything of that sort?
Not really, not really challenges. I mean, the internet is like always going to be like an issue but like, the good thing we could work offline, so that helps out a lot.
Mhm.
But other than that, not really. We did fix the pizzas, so the pizzas are doing way better now. I think we did like 300 pizzas since we opened. So we did tweak that oven that we had, so that's a good thing. A little bit of the maintenance, we took care of the majority of it. We got that cooler in for the beers and stuff like that, so
Oh, you
that freed
managed
up a
that?
lot of space. Yeah, I was able to put it. I was able to put it together, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, we were free up some space for more food to go in the cooler and stuff like that. So nothing major. It's like those little fires that we were putting out, but nothing that wouldn't say that we won't be successful.
Greg, is there anything that you think, seeing how it's transpiring and moving forward, that you would see as revenue potential expanding if we had A or B or C? Is there anything else that you would want on the horizon that you think could help the overall success of this? I mean, it sounds like it's on a great path already, but is there anything else
Yeah,
that you would see in the future as wanting to line up?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we could bring to light, but like I feel like the main focus right now is that we just started, just like try to get stuff like situated and like a good foundation before we move on building like a bigger thing. But yeah, I mean, a full size bar would be helpful, things of that nature that could bring more revenue. But I mean, the stuff that we have now, I mean, it does help us out to make money, and then we can always add those things on in like steps to get to that point. But I don't want to like just push everything at one time, and then we have a lot of construction going on, things of that nature, and then it just makes chaos. We just gotta there's a lot of stuff I gotta tweak here with the restaurant to get everybody on the same board with their simplicity and things of that nature. But I would say let we just take it slow at this time and just make it in a positive revenue stream at the
Got it.
moment.
I mean, like when you mentioned a full size bar, Debbie, if we were to put in a proposal to say, let's start working with district management to look at how far can we expand and what would it take and vendors. I mean, if we were to start right now, we're looking at 6 to 10 months before anything would probably get started. So,
I'd love to see the plans, at least a proposal start to come together. And maybe I need to have the conversation with Brian Mendez at the next meeting and kind of, walk the space and, share with him exactly what we're looking for. Um, But, if we were to be able to do that and move the bar to a new location, then that creates a huge opportunity to actually take the existing cafe and expand it as a
Yeah.
bigger kitchen and be able to offer so many other services. Potentially some table service dining. Greg may be even able to entertain some catering within the resort if, he could allocate that entire space to just, a kitchen.
Yeah, that's great. I would think, I would talk with them and be like, we could talk with district manager and say, or district engineer and say, is it possible to do it, to extend on the outside?
Oh,
And
no, it's within the space that's already there. It would be under the covered patio,
oh,
between the cafe and the clubhouse space.
yeah, great. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I
so
would talk to, I mean, that seems like a great option on, could we do this and what would it take? And, is there any restrictions on it? But I mean, it sounds like it's working. I love that. And so if that's something that we could get, Greg, I know we're talking about it now, but I think for it to actually be done and be like, hey, let's move in, it would be several months if we were to start right now before we could get to where that's finished. So would you want us to move that forward if you see that as a big potential to have those split where the bar is in one place and the food is in another, and we could possibly expand the kitchen and get us more space in there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean the kitchen would still serve as the bar, so I mean that would just give it more
Yeah.
revenue. But once what I noticed that once they see a bar, they tend to spend more money instead of seeing like, okay, the drinks are just coming from this mysterious place. So that's always like helpful and stuff, and that gets the traffic a little bit better as well.
Okay. Yeah.
so Greg, when you were at Windsor, they had a large bar with TVs. And what's the revenue that you were driving out of that scenario?
Yeah, so Windsor we had two bars. We had a like it was like a tiki bar that was like a rum shack, which was a smaller bar on the pool deck. So that was actually on the deck where the pool was, and then we had a bigger bar, which was a 60 seat bar that had the TVs and things of that nature. But we were averaging 12,000 to 16,000 a day, percent and total revenue.
So
So we're on our way.
that's a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
Build it and they will come.
I love it. I want two bars now.
Well, we could put one out by
I also
river.
think I've been to Windsor West. I also think when you have like that tiki bar feeling, the vacation mode is a different atmosphere, and people on vacation, they spend money. They don't care what they just do it because they're on vacay.
That's right.
I think it gives a great feeling to the whole resort idea.
Yeah. And honestly, I know that this isn't a Greg thing, but the music that has been playing at the clubhouse is just so upbeat and happy. And
Right.
whoever's doing the playlist for the music, which I think is Melanie, she's doing a great job with that. And the music is just driving the atmosphere down there, and so that's helping as well.
Nice.
And Greg did an experiment for me. I was asking him about this. We haven't started doing it yet, but since we're still trying to get set up, but he went around one day. We were waiting to get the better internet connection too, which that's working now. But he went around the pool, walked around, talked to the guests, gave them the QR code, said they could order, took some orders on his tablet, So that is still in the plans of us doing more face-to-face interaction with the guests to, instead of them always having to come to the bar area, the counter area to order, we want to interface with them as well.
No, that'll be great when we can get to the point where we can have like poolside servers. I think we need to do the cabana servers before we do, the whole pool to create, give those guests that are paying for the cabanas, a little bit of a personalized feeling. But it's coming one day at a time.
Oh, look, we have Karen. She's in flight. I see her there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Karen.
Hey there.
Oops, I was muted. Hello. Sorry, I was late to the game.
Late than never.
Right.
Did anybody talk about Super Bowl? Because we were there, and at least we were there in the beginning, and then there were like, and at first we felt like ruh-roh because it was just us. It was just me, my mom, and my son. And then like 80 people descended upon it. I mean, it was just, we were like, okay, yeah, we got somewhere else we can go. But we ordered everything. We did the whole thing, but it was great. It was fantastic. Would have liked to have seen a bigger screen. And I can't wait. I think I came in on the tail end when we were discussing putting in the bar in the undercover area, but I can't wait for that to happen. That's going to be huge, 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 huge. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and I think that kind of obviously leads, back to some of the town hall items too, whether, eventually there's a Jumbotron, or if kind of in the meantime and building up to that, there's some sort of, and Greg, you may have more experience with this, I'm not sure, where you just kind of go and set up more of a heavy duty sort of projection type of thing. And that's kind of your intermediate before you get to the Jumbotron. But again, I think there's been a lot of, everybody coming in is asking a lot of questions about, do we play, sporting events and things like that. So I think that natural marriage, once you're getting footy in, especially if we can really push hard for like World Cup, and do some really great stuff for that as well. I think that's going to be huge. So I think, especially just with the international clientele, that's going to be a really big push that we want to aim for, and we want to just advertise that to the moon, if we can. So.
Joe, is there a way, Joe and Sandra, is there a way that you guys can track what our occupancy rates are in the community at any given time?
I don't know about in the community. I think he can at the amenity center, right, Joe?
Because I'm wondering. Sorry.
We have check-ins, we know.
Yeah. So
Right. I'm just wondering if there's a way that we can track it, because even though there may not be a special event like Super Bowl or, or soccer World Cup or something like that, when we're at the high occupancy times, maybe we could do just, focus on doing some special events, or I think that if we had like we don't have to do the full bar yet. I know that's going to take time to roll out, but I think what we had for Super Bowl was sufficient. If we had a bigger screen TV, like one big permanent fixed TV, and when we know we've got really high occupancy rates, maybe do some promos, some advertising, and just do special events on those days. Just a thought, if we can track it.
Yeah, I think some of what we're doing now, because again, and to Greg's point too, we're still working out a couple little kinks on the internet side too, because we just got the rolling rack put back in last night, and so we're still working on some stuff there to make sure that's firing, and then the stay file will go in, which that's we'd spoke to you all before, Brian, as well. That's the captive portal to kind of get guest information. We can certainly push a lot of cafe stuff through there as well. And then once we get the right set of amenity suite tools, I don't want to overburden staff with it, but once you have the right perfect, balance of amenity suite tools that we can kind of go with and say, all right, gives us the right info. I've got a meeting with Sam and Proptia on Monday, so I'll ask them what logs that are already there that we could potentially pull and kind of get that data from. So we'll kind of, pick at their brain a little bit and see how we can kind of game what we currently have and try to pull that same information.
Yeah, for Proptia, I think on entrance of when they first check in and then they're then in, and then on exit on what is their last day in the system, can we, put something that fires out and asks for a review, would be I think the ideal thing. Get them in there and getting them buying food, and then as they're going out, getting them to leave a review.
If we can find some way to capture the statistics on how many people we have on property on any given day, I think that will really help. I mean, I think about welcoming. I think about how many different ways I can complicate your life, Joe. And so I think about things like at the Waldorf Astoria. They actually keep track of, and I think a lot of high-end hotels keep track of what countries people are visiting from, and they raise the flags. They have all their flags flying. It would be a great thing to do at the clubhouse on our flag poles. So just like a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I feel certain there's a way. I mean, like I said, I'll get with Jeremiah, but I mean, if we're able to tell, just sheer volume of cars coming in, you can just reverse engineer that, kind of back out the number of homeowners and then look at the car passes issued and be able to kind of pull that information. So I feel certain we can do it. And if not, I'll drag it into some to a CSV file and do some nasty old business intel work, with some DAX and stuff. So we'll figure it out.
Thank you.
Sure thing. And then let's see. Other than that, I mean, yeah, just excited to see. And like I said, Sandra and Greg are already working on. I'll be working on the newsletter, and then soon the newsletter will shift over to our communications department to kind of give me a little bit of a break, because that's kind of a lot of work on that end. And then, but I'll be working to get in the International Women's Day, and then obviously the St. Patty's Day stuff too. And if those hit like the Valentine's Day did, I mean, the drinks, we of course had them virgin, but the drinks themselves were fantastic. And then the fact that they all sold out, that was awesome. So good to see.
Yes.
Dope. Well, I think does anybody have any additional questions? I think we're soon to see each other again on the 6th. So
Keep going, Greg. Don't slow down. You're doing
We
great.
appreciate your support. Yeah.
No, I am super pleased with the work that he did. I mean, we brought him in and tasked him with the near impossible in a very, very short period of time. And he could not have handled this with any more expertise and grace than he has. And I appreciate him, and we couldn't ask for a better person to be handling this for us. So Artemis, thank you for bringing us a wonderful qualified candidate, and I'm just so happy.
Yeah, I second that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you, Artemis team, Joe, Sandra, everybody. And Brian, so happy to have you back. Debbie, thank you. I mean, just everybody. Everybody's.
Thank you too, Karen.
We're just
and
chugging
Brian,
along.
very happy to have you back.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
thank you, guys.
It's fun being a part of an all-star team. Big things are happening, and we're headed in the right direction.
It is. It is. I can't wait to get back and kind of suss out what's going. Well, we've got another freeze coming up, but that's jumping to another subject. I'm just a little concerned about our landscaping to see what happened from the last freeze, and now we got another one coming up. So, yeah, but jump off that cliff when I get to it.
I know. Well, Cheryl and MG as well, whomever that might be, thank you all for tuning in as well. We appreciate the contributions for sure.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for
Yeah.
joining.
Thank you, Cheryl. MG, who are you? Can you identify yourself? Do we have a phone number on there? I can figure out who you are.
You can
Hope
email
they
us.
Oh, they hung up, I guess.
Oh, no.
Isn't that interesting? All right.
All right. Well, perfect. Well, thanks everybody so much. And
Thank
I'm sure we'll have
you.
more information at the next meeting. So take care all.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks a bunch. Bye, everybody.